Hello and welcome to a very special edition of Limited Stupidity. Um, we are doing a triple dragon. No, wait, no, this is a Dragon's Maze Gatecrash Return to Ravnica draft, and I am doing this somewhat inebriated. I have a good reason, which was the Capitals game 7. They lost 5-0 after having never been down by more than one goal throughout the entire series, I believe. They didn't lose by more than one goal. Anyway, so this pack, I think removal is better over a decent 2-drop or a pretty good 2-drop there, actually. Cross incubation is just all over the place. I think I should probably go ahead and double down on that. Far and Away is pretty nice too. Let's just go over this. Far and Away or Crisis Incubation, or Deputy of Acquittals is fine little 2-drop. This is a fine 5-drop. It's not super great, however. I think just doing this, and then we can figure out a third color to get into if we have to. We'll just double down on the incubation. I think in this format it's preferable to pick a color that's allied with blue or green. So that would be either Gruel for red, or okay. So I skipped on allied in terms of the packs will get in the cards will get in Gatecrash, because Gatecrash is the person you're passing to now, so it's unlikely that those players will be in your colors. More unlikely. So we would rather be in red or black. I don't know if you could hear that. That was probably my friend who... This is a bad beat story, so prepared to mute. Okay, I gotta figure out something to pick. Okay, that's a decent little combat tricky thing. That's not really good. Windrake is fine. Staple Rocks maybe a little bit better. Deputy of Acquittals. We'll just stay off committing to the third color. Hopefully, maybe we even avoid going into the third color altogether, which would be preferable but unlikely given this format. So anyway, my friend who is a Bruins fan, we made a bet about whether the Capitals, this is nice, whether the Capitals or the Bruins would go further this year. And if you didn't know, the Bruins were down 4-1 in the third period, and at the same time the Capitals were down 1-0 in the second period, and it turns out that the Bruins went ahead and came back from that and won 5-4 in overtime, whereas the Capitals went from 1-0, being down 1-0 to being down 2-0 to being down 3-0 to being down 4-0 to being down 5-0. So, for this one, I was going to take this guy over the blue-black guy just to keep colors. Two colors is preferable. Unlikely we'll actually be able to stay with that, but yeah. The other guy was really only good to hose green, which we're cutting somewhat. So, upside bears. What else could I take potentially? A Windrake is also fine. I think the 2/2 bears is better. Be more in Simic. So, I mean that's 6 mana. That's kind of a lot. We already do have one Windrake. We could take a Cluestone, but I think just upside bears is good. So go ahead and start looking at the mana curve. You want to curve down a little bit. In this format, it's not as important. Maze Glider is pretty damn good. Could start going into red for Zerta Druid. which I think would be fine, or Beetleform Mage. Beetleform Mage is pretty good. Jeez. It's tight between the Maze Glider and the Beetleform Mage. It does appear that we're open in these colors. I'm going to go ahead and take the Beetleform Mage. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I guess I took the Maze Glider. It was close. I didn't know which one to pick. Don't blame me. Armed and dangerous, +1/+1. Double strike is nice. It does have to be a sorcery speed or a lure. Lure is like old school magic. Or you could just take another creature. A 3/3 with reach and scavenge ability. I think we'd just take that. Maybe we just play Simic. Just fine. We're probably going to have to go into another color, so we can get Gruul to help if we wanted to go into red, which I prefer to go into red than black, I think. Maybe not. Or Murmuring Phantasm. Is just a wall. Not having flying kind of hurts that a fair bit, but 0/5 is kind of good in Simic. It evolves a fair bit. I think I'm going to go with the Clue Stone over the wall. Don't like walls. Walls are bad. You know, Henrik Lundqvist is really pissing me off, and he's just a total wall. So I'm trying to think. Probably the two best cards in here are the Steeple Rock or the Rakdos Drake. I feel like Steeple Rock's a little bit better, but I think Rakdos Drake is a little bit better combination for us. It comes down earlier. So we're not, well, damn it, another one makes me feel like white is pretty open. And I don't think these other cards are really like cards you would actually want to play. Yeah, would not actually want to play any of this. The Clue Stone would be fine actually, but I'll take a Steeple Rock. That's fine. Down and Dirty. Player discards 2 cards and or bring back a card from your graveyard. +1/+1 counters. I don't think we're going to have enough of those. So I think Down and Dirty. A little bit of flexibility. Maybe. Maybe we're into those colors or not. Maybe not. Guild Gates. I wanted to get some Guild Gates, but it didn't turn out that way. So I think Murmuring Phantasm is okay. Hey, Simic Clue Stone. That's fine. Pretty sure that's... Yeah, this is a bad card. Drownenfeld is a bad card. Maze Abomination. Alright, so black is pretty surely open. And I think these are the two best maze whatevers for sure. And it's a little bit unfortunate we don't have any multicolored creatures, but we can work with this. Ogre Slumlord is pretty balmy. Pretty balmy, that card is. Also would love Basilica Screecher or Sage's Roar Denizen, Drakewing Crassus. Those would be, well, okay. Sage's Roar Denizen wouldn't love to come back, but I'd be happy with. Also, Demir Keyrune, whatever. But Ogre Slumlord's pretty balmy, so we're going to be pretty much not red or white. And we'll just go with the other 3 colors, I think. Yeah, mana fixing is a little sketchy, which actually kind of makes me kind of scared because double black and the casting cost, but I think he's pretty nasty. He's pretty nasty. We could just take a Drakewing Crassus instead. Maybe we should do that, but I feel like maybe we're just you know, just go ahead and be 3 colors and take the bomby guy. I guess this guy isn't technically a bomb, but if he sticks around for a few turns, he gets pretty bomby. Soul Ransom, that's pretty nice. Elusive Crassus, also very nice. Syndicate Enforcer, Adaptive Snapjaw would be fine to come around, but we're going to go ahead and commit to black. You're going to have to start looking for some mana fixing relatively soon, but Soul Ransom's awfully nice. Ooze Flux is nice, but I'm doubting we're going to be able to pick up enough Evolve to do that. So, Metropolis Right, Syndicate Enforcer, Corpse Blockade, Void Walk. Does that do anything for me? Void Walk? I don't think it does. So I guess we'll go ahead and take the Metropolis Sprite. We do need some more 2 drops. It's fine. Just fine. Maybe we can scavenge onto it, or yeah, put some +1/+1 counters on it in some way. Yeah, Metropolis Sprite's fine. Draping Crassus, I'm pretty sure that's going to be better than Ivy Lane Denizen. We're not too heavy, because we're not going to run that Gruul Cluestone. I keep trying to call these key runes, which makes some sense, I guess, but they're clearly different. Their activated ability forces them to sacrifice themselves, instead of turning into some sort of critter of fun times. Draping Crassus, pretty sure that's what we want. Pretty sure. Metropolis Right, no, don't want that over Draping Crassus. Drakewing's is good. Nimbus Swimmer, Leyland Phantom. I think Nimbus Swimmer is better. Leyland Phantom's not bad. Let's go ahead and hide the white card. Dogs are making noises. I like my dogs. I think the flexibility of the swimmer is just better than the Leyland Phantom. We're not going to have that much evolve, just because we're already, what, a couple picks deep in this, in the evolve pack, and we haven't gotten any. So, yeah, take that. The guy who recycles himself as a 5/5 is better for that evolve thing. So this is kind of a bad pack for us. Hydroform is not something I pretty much ever want to run. Shadow Slice is okay. We do have a couple of evasive creatures we can stick this on. So, sure, I'll take the Shadow Slice. Crown Ceratok. Nice. Pretty sure that's got to be the pick. But I'm going to have another drink of this lovely blue drink. And set that down on my Lannister coaster. These are very important details, very salient to the strategy at hand. Oh, I just got another text. I'll have to get that at some point. Phone's in another room. Pretty sure Crown Ceratok is clearly the pick. 4/3 trample. Very nice. +1/+1 counters. We'll get a couple of those. And I guess we'll get a couple of them from the Ivy Lane Denizen. The rest of this pack is dead to us. I mean, we could take Paranoid Delusions, but I have I only have 5 brain cells, but that's a couple more than I would need to draft that. So, Scissors Road Denizen. I'm just a little bit worried that some of the other cards in here, which I can't remember, got taken. No, wait, this isn't. No, yeah, this is a real pack. Yeah, this is what we first opened. There were some other nice ones. There was the the Crassus with the 04 with Evolve. It's kind of fun. We'll take Sage's Redism. And then Adaptive Snapjaw is fine. Perfectly fine. So we're going to be able to... so the choice here is Burst of Strength or Corpse Blockade. I like Burst of Strength probably more than most people. But the untap ability is pretty nice. +1/+1 counter is decent. We do have the Crown Ceratok. That's going to make that a fairly relevant ability. So, I guess I could take Horror of the Dim, but I don't think there's any way we're possibly going to run that. So, we'll just take Riot Gear instead. It is worth noting that I feel like this deck is decent, but this is a decent deck, but our mana fixing is sorely lacking. So if we see any Golgari fixing, we're going to go ahead and take that. I would feel better about this being like the last actual card in the pack, but it's a bad card, so we'll go ahead and hide that. Okay, we're looking. This is not a good pack for our colors. I'm pretty sure we're too late to the white party to go into that. That's probably the best card. This is also a pretty good card, but like I said, we're late to the white party. Sorry, any Ku Klux Klan members who may be watching, but white is not going to be what we're about today. So the choice is Drudge Beetle or Grizzly Salvage. I feel like Drudge Beetle is a little bit better, or you could even make the argument for Transguild Promenade. You lose a ton of tempo with that, but it does fix your mana pretty darn well in exchange for that tempo loss. Assuming you get that on turn 2. I still think that just some upside bears is probably what we need. Not sure how fast this format's going to be. Probably not very fast. But, alright, so we'll go ahead and do that. Do we get a Grizzly Salvage again? Frostbitten Weird. We could play that essentially as just double blue, but I don't think that's what anything our mana base can support. Yeah, it's not Guildgate for us. Or we could take Ogre Jailbreaker with no gates already in pack 3. It's probably not something we're going to take. Slum Reaper could live with, I guess. Grizzly Salvage. Sort of a tutor for either a land or a creature. I think that's going to be the pick. I'm not sure. I think your 4 drops are good enough already that we don't need to load up any further on that. Green-black on turn 2 is a little bit sketchy for us, but it's not outside the realm of possibility. Dreg Mangler, I think, is perfectly fine. Probably better than the Sewer Shambler, Mind Rot, Tavern Swindler. Tavern Swindler, other than the fact that her boobs are really too small for anything in fantasy, it's the stupid rules text. Like, if it was just a simple 2/2 for 2, it would probably be higher, more favorably received by most people. Street Spasm would be nice, but we're not in those colors, clearly. Yeah. Like, people don't want to do this thing where they pay life and flip a coin, but if this is a 2/2 for 2, you'd be like, yeah, it's better than this. Dredge Mangler's perfectly fine. Gerard's Orders. Interesting. I don't know if that's good or not. We only got one clue stone. We are probably going to be running it. So like a guild gates pretty much takes me off of the jailbreaker. So I'm thinking about either the Rebelback Rhino or Gerard's Orders. Gerard's Orders I thought was good once upon a time, and now I'm starting to think it basically costs 4 mana and doesn't actually do anything. It does tutor up some fairly nice things, but my scavenge costs are just too high, I think, for that to be really justified. You can take a 3/4 hexproof guy. That seems fine. I'm probably going to cut him for this guy. What does Mana Bloom do again? Enters the battlefield with Gatecrash. So it can ramp and fix. It kind of bounces back. That's not bad. Street Sweeper, kind of not great. Axebane Guardian, I think we just might need the mana fixing badly enough to do that. But we're not running that card. Please, God, no. I don't think we're going to run that one either. I'm a little too buzzed to decide. I think the Axebane Guardian, just because our mana base is pretty sketchy. I actually like me a Terrace Worm. I'm not sure if it's necessarily better than Courier. Shambler is also fine, but I don't think we need that. We might need one more kind of top-endy card. Probably not super don't need it. Maybe we want it, maybe we don't. Sewer Shambler does have a decent scavenge cost. Swamp Walk could be pretty relevant. I think we should probably just go with that instead. That was a little close. This pack sucks for us. Druid's Deliverance is a fog. We don't have any token making. Probably won't have any. I guess we'll take Grizzly Salvage. Sure. A little disappointed we have only 2 multicolored creatures, so we're probably going to have to cut at least one of the Maze XXX creatures. Grizzly Salvage, alright. Something we can do early on. Don't want another Rebelback Rhino. Pretty sure about that. Rites of Reaping. Maybe we run that, maybe we don't. I don't think there's any chance we run any of these other cards, so I'll take it. Grizzly Salvage. Yeah, I guess Grizzly Salvage loses a lot of value when you're running 3 colors. Especially with as little bit of fixing as we have. So I guess we should have maybe been in red. But I feel okay about this. Would that be a bad card against us? We're not running another Grizzly Salvage. Is somebody else going to be running Grizzly Salvage? Probably not. Alright, I'll take Cremate. Alright. Well, I think Slum Reaper is acceptable. Would like to be running this. Well, we do have a couple scavenge cards, and yeah, definitely want to make sure to play Slumber for any Crisis Incubations if we're playing them against them, which we probably will be. You can do some shenanigans with that. Ooh, Tavern Swindler, or I think we just need to take a Tavern Swindler. I don't think we'll mainboard this, but we might have to sideboard this in against a particularly aggressive opponent. Just to run a 2/2 for 2. With it. He does have an ability we could activate. I mean, you don't have to not do it. Catacomb Slug. I don't think there's any way we would run that. That's a pretty awful 5-drop. Rakdos Gate. This guy is actually pretty decent, so we're going to cut him. And then Street Sweeper, I guess. No, nobody wants to run that, so Street Sweeper, we can take that. That might actually be... No, it's probably not better than Maze Abomination. Oh. Alright. What is this nonsense going to look like? Pretty sure Maze Glider is probably the best of the Maze Elementals, whatevers. So that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Our mana might not support that. But let's just take a look. Actually, I think I'm going to take that out. Well, I don't know. I was thinking we're kind of control-y, but like we don't have any removal per se. Like strictly speaking, we don't have any removal at all, which is pretty crazy. We do have. I mean, this functions as removal, and this functions as kind of removal or we steal stuff, but we might be more aggro. I don't know. Let's take a look at what happens here. So I'm going to throw Sewer Shamble in. Most people are probably 3 colors, so there's a better chance we actually get the Swamp Walk to get going. Lost Dogs are pretty good. He's fine. He's fine. I'm not running that piece of crap. Mana Fixing, yes, 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 yes. Upside bears, upside bears. When I say upside bears, I don't mean bears that are like looking for a belly rub. I mean that they're 2/2s for 2 that have some sort of upside. So that's good. That's good. All right, so we got 22 cards. And that's before even we had our Simic Cluestone. I don't think this card's just good enough to make the cut. I could be wrong. Wow, we've got 19 creatures and none of them have evolved. That's so sad. Oops, pause my converted mana cost. Huh. This is kind of a weird pile. It is nice that the only 2 mana, or sorry, double mana casting cost creature we have is this one, but it's bad because we don't have that much black. Well, we do have 5 black cards, and only 2 of the multicolored ones are black. Seems fine to me, really. I mean, our mana base is just gonna be bad. Alright, I mean, I guess, let's see. Does this not... So, I mean, we could just cut the black and run 2 colors. I'm not going to lose that much power. Soul Ransom is nice, but it's a little bit awkward. So what would that cut? 7. Okay. I'm sorry. I am a little bit drunk, so I am gonna have to go pee right now. But potentially we'll cut those 7 cards. And yeah. All right. So I'm looking at maybe getting rid of the black. So what would we add for that? Not that. So we would add. Pretty ugly. I'm remembering Phantasm. That. Yeah, we're gonna have to run 3 colors. Yeah, have to run 3 colors for sure. So, anyway, so converted mana cost. I feel like I want to cut one of the 4 drops, maybe this guy, and just run 18 lands. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to do that because we have so little fixing. Let me make sure he was the correct guy to drop. So like there's only like 4 creatures that would probably come down after him. There's a couple more, but I think he seems like the correct cut. Recto Strike. I guess we're kind of tending towards the aggro side. We're not super towards that, but we are kind of leaning that way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're leaning towards the aggro side. So add land. What does it suggest? I think that's probably correct. Piles by color. So we got that needs black. 7 forests. Maybe we should cut an island for a forest. I feel bad about running this guy with only 5 swamps in the deck and no black fixing. That seems kind of stupid. But this might be just kind of a stupid format. Honestly. Yeah, I just don't. I'm trying to remember whether we passed like Golgari Guild Gates and Tamir Guild Gates and Simic Guild Gates. I don't think we did really. Maybe in the first couple picks. I don't think I mean, I think I did pass up a couple Simic Cluestones, but that's not too big a deal. My blue's a little bit on the higher end. And then my green does allow me to access some fixing. By some, I mean this guy. Possibly converted mana cost. So that's a couple of my 2 drops. Alright, yeah, I'm going to cut an island for a forest. That might be wrong. Mana base is going to be sketchy. It's probably going to cost us some games. But we're going to go ahead and run it like this. So I will see you in round number 1.